part whatever of living with IIH. Today, I'm going to talk about exercising with IIH because the doctors always tell us how important it is to exercise with it. So, for a lot of us, exercise is important. Why? Because it's supposed to keep the pressure down, and the doctors keep telling most of us if you just lose a little bit of weight, it'll all go away. But a lot of that is kind of false because if some of you are like me, you've lost a lot of weight because of medication and the problems are still there. Or you try to work out and you end up getting sicker. So, prior to all of this, for years, I was doing CrossFit, powerlifting, I was running, well, even before this. So, I was a high school teacher for years. While I was teaching high school, I was coaching the cross country, step team, and track. I was doing CrossFit at the time, and I was very into lifting after stopping CrossFit. And so, before even doing any of this, I had an extensive history of weightlifting dating back to high school. And I'd always loved to weightlift. But there was always a certain point where I was not able to lift past due to having huge boobs. So, because of my huge boobs, I had tremendous back pain. So, I'd wanted a breast reduction since the time I was like 17 because I knew that the back pain plus the limited range of motion and the limited movement, it was all contributing to an inability to move in a way that I wanted to, right? So, teaching, super active, doing all of these things. Around 2017, I start noticing on certain lifts, like deadlifts in particular, when the weight is super heavy. I think at the time I'd maxed out, I want to say 220 for my PR for deadlifts. And I would get lightheaded. I would start to black out a little bit. And I kind of thought that that was normal. Noticed it sometimes on my PRs for bench. Really, anytime I'm PRing, I'm noticing I'm having these issues. And I'm thinking that's normal because it's really only happening on max days and when I'm really heavyweight, right? So I'm like, it's not happening frequently, and I'm not putting two and two together. So fast forward to now where I'm not, no, excuse me, brain fog, where I'm in grad school. I'm only just powerlifting at the gym, working out. So random lore about me. I actually decided to get my powerlifting card. Oh, I want to say 2018, 19, and I slipped and fell and I messed up my back really bad. And that kind of messed up everything. I got my powerlifting card to compete, signed up to compete, and then that back injury, all that went by the wayside. So I spent several years in PT, chiropractors, all these things to try and get myself back to the point where I wanted to compete. The breast reduction and all of this was supposed to help me to get back into being into competition shape. Um, then I decided to sign up for a 5K, and then I was diagnosed with IH. So all of those things were kind of put on hold because I'm realizing as I'm working out just at the gym, on campus, all of these occasions where I'm starting to black out, they're happening more frequently, right? And I'm having these headaches. And it wasn't until October where I'm seeing a what is that word? What is that word? What is that word? Physical therapist for a vestibular therapist for the pulse tenderness, where I'm just telling her this stuff offhandedly about blacking out during lifting because she's making the connection between the increased intracranial pressure and the dizziness and then the superior canal dehiscence. And she's like, yeah, that's not normal. And she goes, you're blacking out because of the increased intracranial pressure, and that's probably a side effect of the IIH. And that made me realize I probably had this a lot longer than just the, year, couple months that they thought that I had. So long story short, say all that to say, exercise right now is limited to walking, hopefully being able to get into a pool, slow, steady cardio to really keep my heart rate steady. Because anytime I'm having like stuff where my heart rate is elevated quickly or for long periods of time, anything where I'm straining, where I'm like clenching my glutes together, where I'm going to do something where I'm really going to black out, like lifting weights, even lifting little weights. It's not pretty. I lifted like 10 pounds last week because I just wanted to test it out. I miss lifting weights. Sue me. I wanted to try it out. I spent 5 minutes stretching, spent maybe a minute, one whole minute lifting some weights. It was just 3 sets of 10, 10 pounds. The way that headache shot up, I was like, "Ooh, girl, you gotta get the fuck up out of here before you fall out in these people's gym." And it's not these people's gym, it's a gym in my apartment complex. But I was like, "Wow, you about to pass out, and your husband's gonna come down here and find you, or somebody's gonna come in here and find you. You gotta go. You gotta get the fuck out." Did I? No, I decided, let me just try one more exercise just to see if that's really it. I tried one more exercise, and I was like, "Ooh, mm-mm, mm-mm, go, leave." Like, I felt the spirit of the Lord telling me to go. So, I went back up, and I'm like, "Okay, let me drink some water. Let me not do this because my head, it was like it's about to split open." So, I take a shower. Mind you, I'm not even sweaty because, like, you're not getting sweaty from 5-pound bicep curls, like, be for real. So, anyway, I still took a shower because gym germs, whatever. Take a shower, lay down, and I slept for like 10 hours. I felt like I had COVID, felt like I had the flu. I was cold to my bones. I felt absolutely horrible because I had a little bit of a workout because that was a flare. Like for me, that was a flare. My head started pounding. I felt all of that fluid. I said, "Oh, let me stick to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to, and let me just walk." So the exercising that I have been doing ever since I was diagnosed with this, it has just been walking. I walk to campus, I walk back home, I walk on the treadmill, I walk in the halls of my apartment. Um, Soon I want to get into a pool. I'll do a little bit of gentle stretching also. Got to keep the limbs, loosey goosey. Can't do too much up and down. But that's about it. But walking to get my steps in and not doing too much, maybe a bit of the recumbent biking. Um, that's it. Because after that moment, and I was like, "Oh, we're going to meet the Lord today?" Like, that's that's not funny, but that was not what I anticipated after doing literally 3 sets, I mean, maybe, like, 3 sets of 10 on one machine and 2 sets of 10 on another. So now I gotta do, like, sit and be fit. This is insane. But hey, on the good days, we're gonna walk and we're just going to enjoy what we can do, and that's all we can. We gotta, keep this heart